In a land gripped by power, where leaders clung with iron fists, one man made a choice that shocked the world. He walked away, not out of weakness, but out of strength.
Welcome to Riseverse, where legends aren't born, they're forged. Real pain, real power, real rise. This is not just a story, it's a spark. Let it ignite something in you. In 2015, one man did the unthinkable. Goodluck Jonathan, Nigeria's president, picked up the phone and called his opponent. He congratulated him. He accepted defeat. The world was stunned. Nigeria, a nation of nearly 200 million, had never seen such a peaceful transition. Jonathan's simple act echoed across Africa and beyond. His choice was not a sign of weakness. It was an act of courage. He put his country above his own ambition. He chose peace over pride. In that moment, he became a symbol of democracy. Many said he could have fought. Many expected chaos. Instead, Nigeria saw hope. The world saw a leader who understood the true meaning of service. This story is not just about a phone call. It is about the journey that led to it. It is about a boy from a small village who believed in something bigger than himself. It is about the power of letting go. And it is about the legacy that endures when one chooses peace over power. Jonathan's story reminds us, real strength is not in holding on. Sometimes the bravest thing a leader can do is to walk away. Goodluck Jonathan was born in Untold, a small village in the Niger Delta. The village was surrounded by creeks and oil fields, but most people were poor. Jonathan's family lived in a simple house with mud walls and a thatched roof. His father was a canoe maker. His mother sold food in the local market. They had little, but they had hope. Life in Untold was not easy. There was no electricity. Children fetched water from streams. Many never went to school. The nights were dark, except for the stars. Jonathan walked barefoot to class, carrying his books in a plastic bag. He knew that education was his only chance to escape poverty. His parents worked hard so he could stay in school. They believed in him. Jonathan learned to read by candlelight. He helped his mother on weekends. He watched the world change around him as oil companies came and went, but his dreams never faded. These humble beginnings shaped him. They taught him kindness, patience, and hard work. They taught him to listen. And they taught him that even the smallest voice can one day be heard. Jonathan's life changed because of education. He was a quiet student, but he loved to learn. He studied science and dreamed of becoming a teacher. He earned a scholarship to attend university, something rare in his village. At the University of Port Harcourt, he worked even harder. He studied zoology and later earned a doctorate. For Jonathan, education was more than just books. It was freedom. It was a way to help his family. It was a chance to give back to his community. He became a lecturer, sharing his knowledge with others. He believed that every child deserved the same opportunity he had. His belief in education never faded. Even as he rose in politics, he built schools and supported scholarships. He knew that the future of Nigeria depended on its children. He wanted them to dream bigger than he ever could. Education gave Jonathan a voice. It gave him confidence. It opened doors he never thought possible. And it set him on a path that would one day change his country's history. Jonathan's journey into politics was slow and steady. He did not seek power for its own sake. He wanted to serve. He started as a humble deputy governor in Bayelsa State. He listened to people's problems and he really tried to solve them. When tragedy struck, his boss was impeached. Jonathan became governor. He took on the challenge with calm determination. His honesty and gentle nature caught the eye of national leaders. In 2007, he was chosen as vice president alongside President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. It was, a moment of pride for the Niger Delta. Jonathan was quiet, but he worked hard. He built roads, schools, and hospitals. He traveled to villages, listening to people's hopes and fears. Then, tragedy struck again. President Yar'Adua fell seriously ill. Nigeria was thrown into uncertainty. Many feared a power struggle, but Jonathan remained calm. He stepped in as acting president, following the law and respecting the Constitution. When Yar'Adua passed away, Jonathan became president. It was a heavy burden, but he accepted it with humility. Each step of his journey was marked by patience and service. He never forgot where he came from, and he never stopped listening to the people. As president, Jonathan faced storms. The biggest was the rise of Boko Haram, a violent group that terrorized the north. Bombs exploded in marketplaces. Schools were attacked. Families lived in fear. The world watched as Nigeria struggled to fight back. Jonathan was criticized for not doing enough. The pressure was enormous. He also faced corruption scandals and falling oil prices. Many Nigerians grew frustrated. Protests filled the streets. Newspapers questioned his leadership. His popularity dropped, but Jonathan did not give up. He called for peace talks. He tried to reform the police and military. He invested in education and jobs, hoping to give young people a better future. Despite his efforts, the problem seemed endless. Each day brought new challenges. Jonathan's gentle style was sometimes seen as weakness, but he refused to rule by fear. He believed in dialogue, not violence. He wanted to unite the country, not divide it. These were hard times. But Jonathan's true test was still to come. It would not be on the battlefield or in parliament. It would be in the quiet moment when he had to decide between himself and his nation. The 2015 election was tense. Nigeria had never seen such fierce competition. Many feared violence. Rumors of rigging and unrest spread. As the votes were counted, it became clear Jonathan was losing. His advisors urged him to fight. Some wanted to challenge the results. Others whispered about holding on to power. But Jonathan remembered his promise. He remembered the hopes of millions of Nigerians. He picked up the phone and called his rival, Muhammadu Buhari. "Congratulations," he said, "you have won." With those words, he made history. Nigeria's first peaceful transfer of power was complete. The world cheered. Leaders from across Africa and beyond praised him. He had put his country before himself. He had shown that democracy could work in Africa. His legacy was secure, not as a man who clung to power, but as one who let it go for peace. Goodluck Jonathan's story is a reminder. True leadership is not about winning at all costs. It is about knowing when to step aside. It is about serving others, even when it is hard. His peaceful farewell will be remembered for generations. They didn't just rise for themselves, they rose for you. Proof that greatness isn't given. It's earned, in the dark, in the dirt, in the doubt. Now it's your turn. Rise no matter what. This is Rise Verse.